Hope everyone had a good Monday. It's always kind of not fun to be Monday though, right? Back to work and all that. But some Mondays are definitely better than others. This was a pretty uneventful one for me, so hopefully the same holds true for you. At least uneventful up until now. Now we want it to be eventful because now we want to pull some really awesome stuff that we can be happy and excited about. So before we get started tonight, we do have a lot of things we're going to be breaking this evening, but before we get started breaking them, we've got a little information to go over. So let's get started with that. First up there is a note, of course, just about feedback. That's to let you know that I completely automated that function on eBay. I did that a while back so that you guys don't ever have to wait on me to get caught up on feedback. So basically it works like this. As soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly see positive feedback pop up in return for you. So that's kind of how that works. And then, of course, I want to take a minute to say thank you to everyone because I appreciate each and every one of you who comes by to chat and bid and break and hang out with me. So that's always just a reminder that I do appreciate you. We're looking right now at some breaks that are already listed on eBay. This is the stuff that we're going to be breaking over the next 5 days here. So tomorrow night will be a Gold Rush full-size football helmet, a case of Elements football, and we'll break a half case of Allen & Ginter baseball. On Wednesday, we're going to start a little earlier than normal. We're going to start at 9:30 instead of 10. We will open another half case of Leaf jerseys, a full case of Clearly Authentic baseball, which comes out on Wednesday, and a third of a case of Donruss football, which comes out on Wednesday. And I know a third of a case doesn't really sound like that much, but it kind of is, right? Because there's almost 1,500 cards in that break. So they just do weird case counts over there sometimes at Panini. And this one they decided to do an 18-box case. So that's why it says a third of a case, but it's really more like a half case. But yet it's not because they put 18 boxes in there. On Thursday, we will break a fifth case of Elements, a second case of Clearly Authentic, and another full case of Topps Chrome Baseball. On Friday, we'll open a single TriStar Game Day Greats Autograph Football jersey, a full case of Leaf Flash Football, which comes out that day. And Flash, for those of you who don't remember, Flash is the one that has, of course, the good rookie content that we're used to having from Leaf, but it also has some of our retired legendary Hall of Famer types like Terry Bradshaw and stuff going to be mixed in there as well. We will open another case of Certified on Friday night too. Saturday we will open another half case of Leaf jerseys, another case of Leaf Flash. We'll open a second case of Noir basketball, right? And that's the only other case I have. We broke one the night it came out. We'll break this one Saturday, and then I don't have any more of that. And then some more Donruss football. So that's what the 5 days ahead look like. For tonight, lots of information on this page. We're going to start off with the order that we're breaking in. So let's go down that real quickly. It will be the basketball jersey, the autographed football jerseys, the autographed baseballs, Immaculate Baseball, and then Certified Football. So that's the order we're breaking in tonight. You'll notice that there are two different sets of anticipated shipping dates on there. There is one set of dates for our free shipping breaks. That's because those generally go out 5, 6, 7 days after an auction ends. Sometimes I can get them out sooner, but I'm projecting a week from tonight, Monday night the 13th, for our basketball jersey, our football jerseys, and our autographed baseballs. Often I can work them in sooner, but just plan on Monday and be happy if I get it to you sooner. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, that's Immaculate Baseball and Certified Football. I'm projecting those to ship on Friday. If I can get them out the door faster than that, of course I will do so. The last piece of information you need to know about this page has to do with consolation cards, and it really applies primarily to our memorabilia breaks, the first 3 breaks tonight, and then our Immaculate Baseball. And basically it's this: if your team is not pulled in one of those breaks, you are entitled to a consolation card for that team. It can be from any year, it can be from any series. I just kind of grab it out of the box I have of, I've got a box of cards for each team. I just kind of reach in, grab one out, and that's what it is. Typically, if you're in one of the free shipping breaks, like our first 3 tonight, I'm going to hold on to those consolation cards, and I track it for a rolling 90-day period. Okay, so if you were to pull something 2 months from now, I would go back and say, all right, which teams did they not pull something for over the prior 90 days? I'd gather up all of those cards and send them out with that package. That's normally how it would work. If you don't want to wait and have it go out with your next package, just shoot me a message on eBay. I will slap it in a plain white envelope with a stamp, and we will be good to go. And of course, the paid shipping break, Immaculate Baseball, if you happen to get skunked in that break, any consolation cards you are due will ship with that break since it's a paid shipping break. Okay, so a lot of info on that page, I know, but I think it's all good information to share, so that's why we take the time to go over it every night. So we're starting out tonight with 2017-18 Hit Parade Series 11 autographed basketball jersey. This is break number 8. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Monday night, August the 6th. And of course, the format is team names on one side and the eBay user ID of our winning bidder across from each team there on the right-hand side. If you don't happen to be in this break, you're going to get a chance to see your name up there across from your team as soon as we get to your break. Last but not least, I am taking autofocus away. I am manually setting the focus. It does make the background go out of focus. But don't worry, we're going to be able to see everything just fine. Fine and dandy, no worries. Now in chat, who do we have in chat tonight? Aaron is in chat. Greg is here. Yeah, Greg is reminding me that I took a little mental holiday when I was listing certified tonight. And for the very last team of that break, which should have been listed as the Washington Redskins, I don't know, I was probably watching a Reds game or something, and I somehow listed it as the Washington Nationals. So, of course, if you have Washington in that certified break, you're going to get the Redskins because there will be no Nationals in that break. And Aaron says, "Oh, you bought the Steelers in the Leaf jerseys tonight, so you are hoping that it pays off because you always see the Steelers come out. So you're hoping to get an AB tonight. Well, let's see if we can make that happen for you. Meanwhile, Lakers are about to be happy. Yeah, you are, because look who that is, friends. That's Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, it is. One of your hot little rookies, actually, probably the better of the two, at least at this point in time. Long term, we don't know, but it is Fanatics authenticated, and usually that means there's no paper card, but we're going to fold it out and see. It is an authentic NBA jersey, no custom jersey here. So you've got an authentic Lakers jersey autographed by Kyle Kuzma and authenticated by Fanatics. And there is, in fact, no paper authentication, which, as I said, is most often the case when they are authenticated by Fanatics. They usually just have the hologram sticker authentication. So, wow, our basketball jersey, excellent tonight for the Lakers. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, back in chat. James, you are asking if there were any non-payments for the Onyx baseballs. I think the only thing, let me double check. I think the only thing outstanding is from somebody who I know, and they've bid with me quite often, and they sent me a message saying, hey, you know, I'm going to be a little bit late paying for this. And I believe that that's the only one outstanding for the baseballs. And that may not even be the baseballs. Hang on and I'll tell you, though. I will check for you, James. One moment. So, yes, that does have some baseballs in it, but it is all paid up. So we had an unpaid jersey spot, but I already obviously broke the basketball jersey, so that'll just be my tough luck on that one. And then there's an unpaid team sitting in certified, but I know somebody, we're going to check on that right before we get to certified. And somebody had already asked me about that one too. But anyway, so I think we're not going to have anything unpaid for the baseballs. Let me get our spreadsheet back up and running. Sorry about that. I couldn't remember exactly what was unpaid, so I had to go check. All right, if you did not see this a moment ago, please take a minute to look at what you see on the screen there. It gives you an anticipated shipping date for whichever break you're in tonight, and it also talks about consolation cards in case your team is not the one that's pulled. So this is a 4-box, half case, 2018 Leaf Autograph Football Jersey break. So this is the back half of the case, and we already know, of course, which 4 boxes we're opening. When we start a new case, of course, I take all 8 out. I number them on the end. We then use random.org to determine which 4 are opened in the first half of the break versus the last half. So, of course, this is the back half of the case, so we don't have to use random. We just have to get these bad boys in here and get them opened up and see what we can find. And Gio is in the house saying happy Monday and good luck. Well, good luck to you too, Gio. Greg, you're asking about unpaid for football. There's just that one team, and I'll check it when we get closer to certified to see if it's still unpaid or not. And Dennis is here. Hi, Dennis. And James, you are very welcome for checking. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you guys, the willingness to jump in and pick stuff up. Oh, and I didn't see Gina's here. Gina, what's happening? And I don't know yet, Gina. Maybe there will be something in certified. It's one team that I'm kind of waiting to find out about. Lawrence Taylor, baby, a little LT coming out for the Giants. And there you see we have our JSA authentication card that is matching our JSA authentication sticker down there at the bottom. And then there is the signature of the man, Lawrence Taylor, LT, and the Giants. I like that hit. Now let's get into the next one and find out who we've got in here. Drift, I don't know if we're going to have any Packers jerseys. We are just getting started. That was the first one out. Of course, you saw there was Lawrence Taylor for the Giants. Oh my gosh, Aaron, you called this, man. Look what you got, bud. You said in chat, I bought the Steelers tonight because I want Antonio Brown. I think right now you're pretty happy, aren't you? You got a little crystal ball going. There is your signature. It is Leaf certified. You've got a Leaf plastic COA down in there with it, and that is one fantastic hit for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it is exactly the player that you called for, Aaron. How about that? That is nice. Right about the time he was typing in, daggone it, the one night I don't buy the Giants. That's all right, man. We found you your wish list, Antonio Brown. All right, here comes jersey number 3 for this half case. And it is, oh, another nice hit. Oh, this half case is just cruising, kids. This is Deshaun Watson for the Texans. And you've got a Leaf authenticated hologram. It looks like you might have a player hologram there too. The Leaf plastic COA. There is the nice Deshaun Watson autograph for the Texans. So far, Antonio Brown, Deshaun Watson, and Lawrence Taylor. Like, is this the best half case ever or what? So far, we're really doing pretty well, I think. Dennis, you said WTG. Uh-oh, I don't know what that means. WTG. And I should know, and I'm sure I should know, but I know WTF. but I don't know WTG. Can you help me out, my friend, and tell me what that is in reference to, and I will try to answer whatever the question is. Last but not least, I don't know who this is because of the way it's folded. I can't tell. Oh, it tells me up there, doesn't it? Ron Mix. It's Ron Mix, which I believe, is it Ron Mix a Charger? Oh, it means way to go. I am so stupid. I told you guys that my brain goes into a neutral when I do these breaks. I don't always remember things that I should know. There is a Beckett authentication. There's your Beckett sticker and your Ron Mix signature. And it was folded up kind of weird, but anyway, that's who it is. And these are custom jerseys, of course, so there's no NFL logo or anything like that on it. But so Ron Mix coming out. He is a Charger, right? I'm not crazy. I think he only played for the Chargers, didn't he? I will double check and make sure that course, those are the colors anyway. It would be a Charger, I'm 99% sure, but let me just double check and I will tell you. But I will also tell you this while I'm looking up Ron Mix. I am kind of loving this half case. We had some fantastic hits in here. And of course, we started off with our nice Kyle Kuzma autographed jersey in the basketball break. So pretty much we've been rocking it. Well, let me find this. Yeah, Chargers. All right, I thought so. Just want to make sure. So to recap our jerseys, Ron Mix and the Chargers. If one of these jerseys is coming to you guys, please make sure that you find whatever authentication is in there, like this little paper piece or the credit card plastic ones, whichever ones they are. Make sure you find them before you dump your packing, because it's usually going to be folded up within the jersey. We had Deshaun Watson for the Texans. Mr. Antonio Brown on the Steelers Bumblebee jersey, which is exactly what Aaron said he wanted tonight. And then LT, Lawrence Taylor for the Giants, got things started this evening. So our 4 jerseys tonight, quite good hits. And if you guys will give me a minute, I need to get the jerseys in their boxes kind of set aside here for a second, and then we're going to open some autographed baseballs. Okay, back at it. Yeah, all the way around, I'm happy with all of our jerseys that we pulled tonight. Aaron says he's celebrating Antonio Brown with a shot of vodka. I'm going to remind you of this, Aaron, the next time that you say to me, oh, I hate when all those Steelers come out. The next time you say that, I'm going to remind you of tonight and how happy you are to have Antonio Brown come out. All right, if you did not happen to see this info a second ago, you know the drill. Please take a moment and review it. I'm not going to read through the whole thing again, but there is an anticipated shipping date on there. There is information about consolation cards, and it's all good information to have. So we are right now going into a 3-box case of Onyx Preferred Players National Edition autographed baseballs. So again, this has a different checklist, of course, than all the cases we opened of Onyx Preferred Players before we, got to this point in time when it was the original Preferred Players. This was a player break, so everything is listed rather than a team. It's actually by player name. So there were a few players that didn't sell. You'll see them noted right there as no bids buyback. Other than that, each of our players will have a name across from them. So if you were the happy, lucky winning bidder, you should see your name there across from your player. And this is the last case of this that I have on hand. I guess I needed to make that a little wider, didn't I? And I don't know if they have any more or not. If they do, I might get us another case or two, but I'll have to check and see if they do, because I'm really not sure. You just kind of never know. There's sometimes they have them left over after the National, and some years they don't. So I'll have to give them a buzz and see what the deal is on that. Philip says hopefully all the nice hits in the jerseys are going to be a sign of things to come for nice hits in the cards tonight, and I hope he is right, because I'm ready to see some fire across the board. Gio is looking for Aaron Judge tonight in the autographed baseballs. James says he just likes autographed baseballs in general. He likes bidding on autographed baseball breaks. I apparently like getting the cord to the camera caught up in the case for the box. That's apparently what I like to do. So, yeah, that's what I get for looking over there at the screen at chat instead of paying attention to what I was doing, isn't it? That'll teach me. Katie's in the house. Hi, Katie. And Gio's trying really hard to conjure up an Aaron Judge, so let's hope that happens for him. I always want you guys to get the things that you're after, if we can make it happen. Somewhere I had an ink pen. I don't know what I did with the black one, so we're going to use the blue one. I'm just going to mark these as number 3 on the top because, of course, we just did a case of these and they're not all shipped out the door. So I want to make sure that I know what is what. Always better to be safe than sorry. Aaron says maybe I got into the vodka too. Gina, meanwhile, just figures it's an earthquake and I had better save the cards. Save the cards above myself. Don't worry, Gina, I would. I have a lot of money invested in all these cards. I would definitely save the cards ahead of myself if I could. I'd be throwing the cards like out to safety and hanging out here myself. PSA DNA sticker, an Onyx authentication. I don't know who that is, but we're about to find out. There's the PSA DNA that goes with it. There is the Onyx that goes with it. And it is Devin Mesoraco. Of course, Devin was a Cincinnati Red. Got traded for in that Matt Harvey deal. And all he had to do really was walk across the field. We were playing the Mets that day. But anyway, he's a Met now. But, of course, this wasn't a team break anyway. It's a player break. So Devin Mesoraco is first out. Okay, now I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be a weird one. And I say this because these red bags came from last year's stuff. And there were a couple of times earlier this year in the regular Onyx Preferred Players where we found a red bag. And when we did, every time we did, the player wasn't on the checklist. So I hope that this player is on the checklist, but that red bag is always, oh boy, probably means that it's left over from last year. An Onyx sticker and another Steiner Sports authentication, that looks like. So here's our Onyx. Here's our Steiner Sports, and it tells us it's Joe Mauer. All right, cool. And this should also tell us, indeed it does, Joe Mauer. So he may have been left over from last year's group, but he is on the checklist, so thank goodness for small favors, right? Katie says she likes the red bag, and James is cursing Joe Mauer, and I'm not sure why. Why don't you like Joe Mauer? What's going on, James? Joe Mauer mess you up, man, in a real life game? And that could be really kind of, I don't know who. I should be able to read that one, but yet I'm not sure who that says. We have an Onyx authentication, a PSA DNA authentication. There's your Onyx that goes with it, and there's your PSA DNA that goes with it. And the answer is Taijuan Walker. So Taijuan Walker, along with Joe Mauer and Devin Mesoraco. Those are our 3 balls tonight. Taijuan Walker, Joe Mauer, Devin Mesoraco. All right. Gina says that it looks like it is H.G. Wells on the Taijuan Walker. I could see that. I could see how it looks a little like that. Oh, James, you're a huge Twins fan. Okay, and that's all you collect is the Twins. All right. Bobby B is in the house. Hey, 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 back to you, Bobby. Gio, you hit one, you hit Walker. All right, well, at least we got you something. We didn't get your Aaron Judge, but at least we got you something. So I'm glad about that. We got your mojo headed in the right direction at any rate. Okay, we are rolling into what? Immaculate Baseball now. Let me get that case up here. We'll get it up front and center and take a look at our spreadsheet before we dig in. And this is the last of the Immaculate Baseball that I have on hand. And I tried to get some more, which honestly usually isn't that big a deal. You can usually still get Immaculate Baseball, maybe with a tiny little upcharge, nothing huge. Well, buddy, not this year. Everybody's after it, and everybody's telling me the same story. Don't have it, don't have it, don't have it. So there you go. This might be our last case. Okay, so if you haven't seen this by now, well, then you probably haven't been tuned in up to this point, which is also possible. So here's the 411. Anticipating Immaculate and Certified will ship out on Friday. If I can get them out sooner, I will. because Immaculate is a paid shipping break. If you get skunked in this break, whatever consolation cards you are due are going to head out the door to you with the rest of the break. So that's what you need to know about that. Of course, our memorabilia that we just finished up has a little different plan for shipping and consolation cards, but I'm sure you saw that there on the screen a moment ago. Sorry, asthma. Had to use the inhaler there for a second. 8 boxes of 2018 Immaculate Baseball. This is a full case break. It is break number 3. And Trav Oakley's involved again tonight. Trav Oakley had a lot of teams in our last case break, and he did pretty well. So he came back again tonight and picked up a bunch of teams once again. And of course, like everything else that we've opened tonight and the rest of what we will open tonight, this ended Monday night, August the 6th, on our friend eBay. I'm going to call it my friend. I don't know if it is my friend. Fees they charge me. Good grief. James, you said you have some Joe Mauer baseballs, but none of them are authenticated. Okay. Did you not bid on him tonight then, I'm guessing? Because I think, Greg, you had that tonight, didn't you? Did you have Joe Mauer tonight? For some reason, I thought I had in my head that you had Joe Mauer tonight, but I don't know if that was right or not. Oh, you have the Twins here in Immaculate. Okay, I got you. So you're hoping to see some Twins come rolling out this way. Gio's telling you there in chat that he's got a Joe Mauer jersey up for sale, it sounds like. Oh, you didn't see the baseballs on there. Yeah, you know, it's probably because it depends. When I list them as player breaks like that, you definitely kind of have to know that you're looking for them, or you have to find it by one of those, you know, see sellers, other items kind of deals. Because I know a lot of people just punch in like Twins, you know, and you just might look up Twins breaks or something like that. And of course you wouldn't find it in a player break because it's going to be listed by his name. But I did try it both ways. I tried it as a team break for the second break we did, case number 2 of that, and it really was not good. Definitely the player break was the better of the two in terms of interest and bidding and all that stuff. So, of course, for the third case, I just reverted back to the player listing, but for sure it can be a little harder to find. You know, it's not one. It just depends on how you search, I guess. Bobby's like, oh my gosh, break that box of Fantasy Sports that's sitting back there. Okay, now I have to tell you this, Bobby. This is partially going to make you happy, but not entirely, because I don't have the Fantasy Sports done yet. But I did, over the last 24 hours, get a listing created for Leaf Best of Baseball from 2017. Came out late last year. The current Leaf, not Best of, Greatest Hits, sorry, for the Leaf Greatest Hits Baseball. The Leaf Greatest Hits Basketball that just came out Wednesday of this past week, and Leaf Greatest Hits Football, which came out, I don't know, a month or two ago. I've got all those here. I created listings for all of those. So they're going to be going up tomorrow, I think, to end on Sunday, but it's going to be it's going to be a random team break. So again, those are somewhat harder to quantify. In other words, I'm not going to know exactly what night it's going to break because it depends on when they all sell. So if they all sell that day, it would break that night. But if some of them don't sell then, it wouldn't break till later. Just kind of one of the reasons I don't like breaking them that way. But I'm afraid to list them just by the team because it's such an expensive case. And not everybody is familiar with Greatest Hits out of Leaf because it's not as widely broken as like Leaf Best of, for example. And I don't want to end up losing like, you know, a ton of money. So I guess we're going to do them as random team breaks. So I did get those created, and I also got a listing created for Leaf in the Game Used. And, of course, that's the one that has the guaranteed Ohtani autograph. Every single case is guaranteed to have a Shohei Ohtani autographed memorabilia card in it. So I'm probably going to list all of those Leaf things together to end on Sunday. And then we may or may not actually get them all broken on Sunday, depending on whether or not all the teams sell. So I have gotten part of the way there. So I'll try to get your fantasy sports listing created sometime this week. Maybe if I have time tomorrow, I wouldn't mind just breaking that Sunday too. We could do a whole bunch of stuff like that kind of all together on Sunday. So maybe Sunday. We'll see how much time I have tomorrow after I get to the post office, if I have time to create the listing for it or not. James says if I can just pull him a 1 of 1 out of here, he will forget all about that Joe Mauer baseball. So you know what that means. That's a little pressure there. We've got to try to come up with a 1 of 1 for the Twins so that we can get that baseball off of James's mind. So we're going to try for that. Bobby, when you're saying, you're talking about tier the teams for, you're talking about Leaf greatest hits. In other words, going back to, a team break, but just pricing them as like a buy it now, best offer type thing. I'm assuming that's what you mean. And I considered that, but then if I do that, then it's going to take me a whole lot longer because I have to go then pull the checklist apart and try to figure out what is what and all of that. So I was just kind of trying to do it the quick and easy way, but yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but what I'm saying is if I do it that way, then I really do have to go back and pull the whole checklist apart, which means there's no way it goes to break on Sunday if I've got to do that. So I don't know, maybe. I mean, maybe. So then to that end, then maybe it's not actually going to go up tomorrow. I've been trying to get that stuff listed forever, and something always kind of gets in my way a little bit. So it might be that we're not going to see it Sunday, and if we don't, we'll see it sometime soon after that. Because I don't mind doing, there is a 1 of 1 of some sort back there. I don't know what team it is, but just FYI, James, I see a 1 of 1 back there. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be Sunday then, maybe it won't. If I go back and do it the other way, I mean, of course, I could just take the most popular teams and price them higher, but when I tier teams, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to look at the checklist and see how they should actually be broken out, you know, as opposed to just taking the ones that are the most popular. So, all right. We are rolling here on Immaculate Baseball. As you can see, we had 1 pack per box. And we had one, we'll have 1 base card in each one of these as well. Well, we should have anyway. That one is numbered to 99. Roger Maris first out as our base. We have Chris Flexen to 10 for the Mets. That's a nice patch. Harrison Bader and the Cardinals to 10. So a couple to 10 right off the bat. Always a good thing. A redemption, and I'm going to flip it, and we're going to leave it and look at it in a little while. Here's Boog Powell to 25 if you got the Baltimore Orioles. That's a nice little hit for you. That particular card, where it's signed in gold on black like that, it tends to fall about 1 per case. So that's most likely going to be a case hit. Gio, are you taking off? All right, well, thank you for joining tonight. You know I always like seeing you. So I appreciate you hanging out with me, chatting with me. And bidding, of course, too. Don Sutton, numbered to 49 for the Dodgers. A little bit of chipping down there in the lower right-hand corner. And honestly, guys, most of these cards are going to have some edge and corner imperfections. Probably noticeable more so on the back than the front in general. That is numbered to 25. It's Cody Bellinger and the Dodgers. Next up, we have Cameron Gallagher for the Kansas City Royals. Almost said Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Royals to 99. Numbered to 25, definitely some chipping down there in that lower left. You can see it. It is a nice, though, Ronald Acuna 3-color patch to 25. Coming in behind that, we have an immaculate rookie debut, Zach Granite, for guess who? The Minnesota Twins. James, we got you a twin. It's not a 1 of 1, but we've got you a Zach Granite to get things started anyway. I see another 1 of 1 coming up, so we've got at least 2 1 of 1s in here. Look at that handsome card, would you? That's quite nice for Willie Calhoun and the Rangers. Yes, it is. That is, I love when the printing plates have the relics with them as the 1 of 1. It's also signed. I mean, that's just really an awesome hit. So Texas Rangers, Willie Calhoun is a 1 of 1 and a fantastic hit coming out for you tonight. And look what we're going to have right behind it. Back-to-back Rangers. This is what the card looks like without the printing plate, the actual card. And it is also numbered to 99. So the Rangers with back-to-back Willie Calhouns, and the printing plate, of course, also signed and with the relic. So let's just get our other 1 of 1 that I know is here, because it's a printing plate as well. That one is not signed, but it's still a nice 1 of 1. It is Daniel Murphy and the Nationals with our printing plate relic. Or I guess not really a relic, just a printing plate. And then we have a jumbo patch to 99, couple of pinstripes on that one. Also for, Minnesota Twins, Mitch Garver. So, James, you've kind of got it rolling tonight. You've got a little mojo working your way this evening. And look at that. Oh, that's nice too. Numbered to 10 for the White Sox. That's part of the nameplate. That is one of my favorite patches. And look who it is, Luis Robert. So you're not going to go wrong there. Excellent high-level prospect. A little chipping there on the upper left hand and on the lower left, primarily noticeable on the back. But that is a great hit. If you have the White Sox tonight, congratulations. Another redemption going face down. We're going to look at it later. Juan Gonzalez to 99. Texas Rangers are tearing up this break tonight. They are really doing quite well, along with our Minnesota Twins, who are having a good night, and our Dodgers are having a pretty good night. Walker Buehler to 64, rookie debut. All right, I like what I see up here on this patch, so let's go ahead and pull this stack up. I'm going to set our redemptions up there and get them out of the way. Well, no wonder I like it. It's numbered to 5. It's got a button on it, and it's J.P. Crawford and the Phillies. So you've got a nice patch and a button, and it's numbered to 5. And if you've got, of course, autograph too, but I was more excited about the relics. That's awful, isn't it? I should be as equally excited about the autograph, but I happen to like the relics on that one. So the Phillies with a nice hit. Our base card here, numbered to 99, is Justin Turner for the Dodgers. Next out to 99, a jumbo relic for Michael Kopech and the White Sox. Excuse me. Ozuna, Miami Marlins. Relic to 99. And this is a dugout collection Mitch Keller autograph for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Mitch Keller is numbered to 99. That one is a sticker. There's not a lot of stickers in Immaculate, but there are some. Rookie debuts are generally stickers, and that is one as well. Phillies, you already had a nice J.P. Crawford. How about a Rhys Hoskins rookie debut to go along with it, numbered to 99. Lower left with some imperfections there, same as on the back, except lower right more so. Dennis, you have the Phillies tonight. Awesome, man. You're hitting well so far then. So far, so good. Numbered to 99, it is Ender Inciarte for the Braves. And we have another White Sox heading out. Lots of White Sox tonight. That's numbered to 99, two-color patch of Vieira. This is numbered to 10, team logo. So we got a little edge of the logo there for the Tigers. And Miguel Cabrera. I see a nice one coming for, I believe that's going to be the Brewers. Yeah, Brandon Woodruff, numbered to 99. That's an excellent, excellent patch. And, of course, the on-card signature as well. Ooh, Nationals, you've got a nice one coming. And I'm going to make you wait to see it full on. You can see it kind of laying there, but I have to get another little pack of sleeves open and out on the table. So I'm going to hold it up for you in a hot second, but you know it's coming your way. And it's Victor Robles to 35, signed on the eye black for the Washington Nationals. And he's going to be good. He'll be, of course, called up, I'm sure, next year. Juan Soto beat him this year because he was injured, but he's going to be good. A bat knob, a signed bat knob. This is a good case. A button, a bat knob, and it's Willie Calhoun again. What? Oh, we've had 2 1-of-1s, a bat knob, and a button, and this is the 3rd Willie Calhoun for the Rangers. So if you've got the Texas Rangers this evening, you are kind of cleaning house about now. Numbered to 99, it's Jose Berrios for the Minnesota Twins on our base card. Here's a very nice Nelson Cruz for the Seattle Mariners to 49. Those are some of the nicest Mariners patches that I've seen. Because honestly, most of the time with the Mariners, their patches are, no offense, but they're kind of boring usually. They just give us like a one color something or another. And it's usually not that color either. So we got the nice color, got the stripe in the middle. So nice variation there on that patch. Roberto Alomar, piece of the baseball bat for the Indians, numbered to 49. Oh, it's only a relic and not a bat knob. You're right, I guess. It's not thick enough to be a bat knob. I got all excited because it was round, but you're right. That's not thick enough to be a bat knob. Yeah, and it doesn't have the number on the end either. I just got all excited seeing it was round, and I got all carried away, and I didn't pay good attention. You're right. Thanks, James. I'm so happy about what we're finding in this case. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Here is another Mitch Garver. How about this one? Rookie debut to 23 for your Minnesota Twins. Yeah. How about that? S&S Design. Oh, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is the last of the Immaculate that I have. At the beginning of the break, I was talking about that I had only ordered 3 cases originally because I thought, oh, I'll be able to go back and pick up some more later. Well, we've got something going on up here, chipping and things up there in that low or in that upper left. I thought I would be able to go back and pick some up after the fact because normally you can, but apparently not. Everything is in really short supply right now, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to find any more. This is Tyler Wade to 49 for the Yankees, autograph and a couple of relics there. Manny Machado, that is an excellent hit for the Baltimore Orioles to 25. Of course, he's traveled on down the road from you. He's now with the Dodgers. As you can consider this a nice parting gift if you have the Orioles tonight with Manny Machado autographed to 25 and a piece of the baseball bat. And number 299, it's Hunter Renfroe and the Padres. Behind that to 99, we have Chance Sisco and the Baltimore Orioles. And I think, is this who I think it is? I think this is, yeah, it's Ozzy. So the Braves, you have part of the brand logo on there. And it is numbered to 5, and it's Ozzie Albies. So you got a nice Acuna logo, or it wasn't really a logo, but you got a nice Acuna patch earlier, and now you have Ozzie Albies to go with. Rookie debut, Dylan Peters to 99, Miami Marlins. You said, oh boy, I don't know how to say your username. I'm going to call you Corazon. How about that? Corazon says that Garver is really heavy in this product for the Twins, more so than the other Twins, he thinks. Yeah, maybe. I guess that would make sense. He's although didn't we pull out Zach Granite? We pulled out a Zach Granite a while ago too, didn't we? Austin Hayes to 99, signed on the eye black for the Baltimore Orioles. And then we have numbered to 25 here, a nice Clint Frazier for the Yankees. A little imperfection down there, lower left in particular, on the back hand side. But you have a nice 3-color patch, and of course the on-card and the low number. So we are in our last box of our case, but we also have the 2 redemptions we'll flip over and look at after we check out the last of our cards. Carlos Correa for the Astros. Then numbered to 99, we have Alex Verdugo and the Dodgers. A big relic, and it's Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. Shohei is numbered to 99. Of course, we wanted him to sign that. We wanted that to be signed, but at least we have something going there. Of course, once again, as soon as I can ever figure out exactly how I want to list that leaf in the game used, that is your chance to take home a Shohei Ohtani autograph, because you know what? There's one guaranteed in every case. Vieira for the White Sox, numbered to 99, and that's a really nice 3-color patch on card. And another bat relic, Chance Sisco, Baltimore Orioles. I forgot to see what that was numbered to, didn't I? Let me flip it back around. Where is the number? Oh, it's hiding. It's over here. It's to 99. Baltimore Orioles are kind of quietly having a nice break as well. A dual signature. Oh, Braves. Look at that. To 49, you've got Ozzie and Lucas Sims. Of course, Lucas Sims has come my way now. He's down here with the Cincinnati Reds, but that's a nice hit. Anytime you pull Ozzie, that's a good hit. Little imperfection in the upper left in particular that I noticed there. All right, we've got some redemptions to flip over. We will go to the checklist and see what they're going to be numbered to and all that as soon as we flip them over. I'm just getting our little piles lined up here because, of course, I will recap all of this as soon as we finish up with the redemptions. We won't do front and back again and the numbers and all that. We'll just take a quick look through them the second time. Oh, James, you said you got a Zach Granite 1-of-1 printing plate patch autograph in a different break. Very nice. Very nice. Well, if I could get that in the sleeve. Okay, so we have Andrew Benintendi coming out for the Red Sox. Immaculate Materials Signatures Printing Plate Black. Ha! So there's our third 1-of-1. How about that? So 3 1-of-1s in this break. 2 of them signed. Not too shabby. Frank Thomas, very nice. Immaculate Quad Material Autographs for the White Sox. So Frank Thomas is an excellent hit for the White Sox. The Benintendi 1-of-1, of course, a nice hit for the Red Sox. And we're going to go find out what each of these are numbered to over here on the Panini checklist. Yeah, you know I always do that, even though we know what teams they go to. I always like it to be there on the screen so there's no questions about it and everybody can kind of keep everything all above board on the up and up. That's not really the right way to say it, but you know what I mean. Keeps it where everybody can see it and follow along with us, what I'm trying to say. I just didn't do a good job getting it out. So first up, we are going to look up the Benintendi, which is Immaculate Materials Signatures Printing. All right, we got to get down here to that. Immaculate Materials Signature Printing. Oh, why are there two of them? Oh, because one's going to say black and one's going to say something else. What color is that one? Oh, black. I got lucky. Woo, yay. All right. Card number 23 is what we're looking for. Mr. Benintendi, we already knew he was a 1 of 1 on there, but now it is official, a 1 of 1. So nice hit for Andrew Benintendi and the Red Sox. Now we're going to go look up our Frank Thomas. That is on Immaculate Quad Materials Autographs. So let me get that pulled up. There we go. And it is card number 6. Frank Thomas is going to be numbered to 10. So this really as a whole was an excellent case. Even down to our redemptions. Quite a nice case all the way around. Okay, so Cardboard Chasers is here. Ah, you didn't see your Frank Thomas a second ago then. How about that? That makes you happy, doesn't it? All right. And James, you out of here, man? All right. Well, thank you for jumping in the break tonight. I'm glad that you stopped by, and I'm glad we found you some good twins. So to recap, we have the nice Frank Thomas Quad Relic Autographs going to be numbered to 10 for the Chicago White Sox. For the Red Sox, we have the nice Andrew Benintendi Printing Plate Black Signatures, 1 of 1. Can't get any better than that. 1 of 1 is as good as it gets. And then the rest of these we're going to recap. Keep in mind, please, guys, that most of these have varying degrees of corner and edge chipping or issues. More so on the back most of the time than the front. Although, for example, on this one, you can see it up there a little in each of the upper corners. So you're going to find that kind of throughout. That's just how they came out of the box. Brandon Woodruff and the Brewers. The very nice Louis Robert for the White Sox. And then Don Sutton for the Dodgers. Boog Powell for the Orioles. And another nice patch for Harrison Bader and the Cardinals. The Mets got on board with Chris Flexen. And then we have Roberto Alomar, Indians. And there's the Miguel Cabrera team logo to 10. A nice Rhys Hoskins for the Phillies. Mitch Keller and the Pirates. Marcell Ozuna and the Marlins. Michael Kopech and the White Sox. There's our button. I love that we have our button for J.P. Crawford. That's a 5 of 5 for the Phillies. We will look at the front and the back of that one. That's, pretty cool. Max, the autographed baseballs. Oh, brother. I just opened those, and I don't ever retain that stuff very much. It was Taijuan Walker, Devin Mesoraco, and who was the other one, guys? Somebody who was watching, help me out. Who was the other one? Taijuan Walker, Devin Mesoraco, and somebody. Dylan Peters and the Marlins. And then we have Mitch Garvey and the Twins. This is one of our 3 1-of-1s that we had tonight. This one is Daniel Murphy for the Nationals. Zach Granite and the Twins. And here's a nice Acuna for the Braves to 25. Part of the jersey number is the card set there. Cameron Gallagher to 99 for the Kansas City Royals. Joe Mauer, thank you. Thanks, guys. You would think I would remember that, right? Like James and I sat there and talked about Joe Mauer for 5 minutes, and that's the one I forget. It shows you what happens. I can only retain a certain number of hits. Vieira for the White Sox. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Juan Gonzalez, Rangers. Willie Calhoun for the Rangers. And the handsome Willie Calhoun, 1-of-1 relic printing plate autograph for the Rangers. And that is probably my second favorite of the night. Because I have to say I like the buttons a lot. Even though the button's not a 1-of-1 on the card that we looked at for J.P. Crawford, I really like it when we pull buttons. So Maybe that one and the one of one auto relic printing plate are co-favorites. A nice Ozzie Albies brand logo to 5. Manny Machado to 25 for the Orioles. Tyler Wade and the Yankees. Mitch Garver and the Twins. Nelson Cruz for the Mariners. And another Willie Calhoun. So Willie Calhoun and the Rangers just tore it up tonight. Victor Robles to 35 for the Nationals. And then we have Albies and Lucas Sims. Dual autos for the Braves. Chance Sisco for the Orioles. Vieira for the White Sox. Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. For the Dodgers, it's Alex Verdugo. And then Clint Frazier for the Yankees. And finally, a little Austin Hayes for the Baltimore Orioles, signed on the eye black. So another nice case of Immaculate Baseball is in the books. As I said, guys, it is the last one I have on hand. I am trying to find some more, but so far I haven't had much luck. I didn't have a lot of time to work on it today, but the place that I kind of thought would still have some said, whoops, no, we don't have any. So yeah, kind of wasn't expecting that. So we'll have to see if I can round us up some more of that or not. But of course, if I don't, we still have plenty of things to keep us busy. Topps Chrome, Allen and Ginter. We got all kinds of other baseball and more coming next week, I guess, too. So we'll keep busy with baseball regardless. So we are now heading into certified football, which is going to be our final break of the evening. Once again, anticipating certified to get out the door on or about Friday. If I can get it out to you faster than that, I will. You don't have to worry at all about consolation cards and certified, because there's lots and lots of cards and every team is going to pull some, so no worries there. And this, of course, is break number 5, so this is our 5th case. Is that right? Is this our 5th case? Yeah, our 5th case of certified coming up right now. And what else do we need to know about certified? I don't know. I guess that's kind of it. We've got a few more cases of that hanging around down there that we'll be breaking over the next few days. Because next week, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, Unparalleled Football will be out. So sometime between now and then, we will finish up the certified for sure. But we'll still probably have some elements left, because I definitely have that. We've got, of course, the last little bit of gold standard, too. We'll probably squeeze that in somewhere in the next week or so. So certified, of course, it takes a while to open all of the packs and things, but there's not a tremendous amount of cards in it, so it's probably going to take us about an hour to get through it, something in that neighborhood anyway. If I can get boxes out of the case, that's a good place to start, right? They're kind of wedged in there sometimes. Okay. So certified has 4 hits per box, and it can be autographs or memorabilia, or autograph memorabilia, as the case may be. But 4 hits per box, lots of numbered things in here. Now, there's a fair amount of these that are numbered a little bit on the high side, like to $4.99 to $9.99, stuff like that. So for the most part, anything that's numbered that high, I'm not going to really read off the number. So you're going to see it go by and you'll see the number, but I'm not going to really call it out necessarily. So there are also some that are numbered to 225, and they have a very distinctive orange kind of pattern on the front. When I see one of those come through the first time, I'll point it out to you. And then you'll know from there on in, each time you see one of those, that it'll be to 225. And then stuff that's numbered to 99 or less, we'll mostly talk about as we come across it in the pack. So that's kind of how we're going to roll through this tonight. As usual, I kind of cut a path through the base. I don't spend a lot of time on base. We just flip through them at a decent rate of speed. We stop more on inserts, especially the first time we pass an insert set, so you know what they look like and that sort of thing. So Dan is saying, Dan's wishing everybody good luck and saying we need to find Katie some dolphins. So we got to find Katie some dolphins in here. Oh, Philip, thank you for reminding me. Philip wants to know if there was an unpaid team, and is it still unpaid? That's an excellent question. Thank you for that reminder. I can't switch your view right now, so I'm going to leave you set there for a minute while I see if I can check this out on my view and find out if we got that team that was hanging out there paid or not. And it looks like it has been paid. Okay, so yeah. So the only teams in certified that are sitting right now are from someone that I know that bids with me often, who sent me the message saying that they were going to be paying a little late tonight. Thank you for reminding me, Philip. I appreciate that. But it looks like that team did get paid in between the time we started the break and now. So it all worked out okay. Bobby, you're asking if I've pulled a Brady auto out of certified. I have not. We pulled a nice Brady to 10 out of Immaculate Collegiate Football, but we have not pulled a Brady out of here yet, anyway. So I don't know if he's in here. I knew he started out in Immaculate Collegiate. I kind of thought that was the first one he was live in, but I could be wrong. This is to 225, and again, anytime you see them with this kind of orange design right there on the sides, those will be numbered to 225 throughout the evening. And this certified seal of approval, all of those, of course, are refractors. For the most part, those are not going to be numbered. If you see one of those kid reporters and you have a kid and you want to enter him in the contest, feel free to write down the code and, go for it. This is numbered to 299. It is Rashad Penny and the Seahawks relic first hit of the evening. So Ben Rudd, okay, you think the same thing I think then, that Immaculate was the one, that Immaculate is the first one where we've got Brady live. See, that's an example of 1 to 999. So again, we'll see plenty of those. Not normally going to stop and call out the to 999s or to 499s. So no, Bobby says he is live in this. Okay. So not a redemption, actually live in the product in here? Because for whatever reason, I thought that that Immaculate Collegiate was the first one he was live in, so I just was misinformed about that. Numbered to 50, we're continuing on with a nice evening that we've had so far, because that is Baker Mayfield with a little signature and relic. Carson Wentz on the gold team. We usually find a couple of gold teams per box. And what's happening right there? Somebody's stuck together, aren't they? So this is an example of the ones that are numbered to 499. They're generally going to be numbered right up there on the side like that. And so when you see them numbered up there across that edge and they're that color, to 499. So Dan, you're saying the autographs for Tom Brady in here are live. They're not redemptions. Okay, so I got confused. I thought that he was only live in Immaculate Collegiate. I thought that was the first one out where it wasn't a redemption. So that's my bad. Sorry, guys. That's numbered to 50. It's Andrew Luck. And we'll find bunches of these too, certified champions. It just shows a player in their NFL uniform as well as their college uniform. Of course, it's going to go to the team that they see there for the NFL, the collegiate. It's just a little bonus image, if you will. Kyle Lauletta, that is a patch for the Giants. There's a gold team Bradley Chubb. And to 225, it is Tate for the Bengals, Auden Tate. Ben Rudd says you shouldn't have given up on your Baker Mayfield chase, because as soon as you did, he starts coming out. Oh, I'm sorry. That is no fun at all. Always, when it happens that way, it's disappointing. That is to 75 for the Buffalo Bills. I don't know how to say his last name. We're just going to stick with Austin. And there's a gold team, Aaron Rodgers. Dermontti Dawson, probably going to be Immortals, and it is. Most of the Immortals are going to be numbered to 499. The vast majority of them will be, anyway. Another Immortals. That one was Roger Staubach. Man, I'm telling you what, there is like a little baby mosquito in here that came in the house at some point today. Probably when I was trying to carry stuff in and out to go to the, well, out actually, not so much in, but when I was trying to carry all the stuff out to put in the car and drive to the post office, sometimes, you know, I'm holding the door open for a minute. And I guess that's when he got in here. But this stupid little baby mosquito is buzzing all around me right now. And he's biting me. And I cannot get him to go away, which is kind of frustrating. So if all of a sudden you see me smack the table really hard, you're going to just, I'm giving you fair warning. It's because if I see that little sucker land, I'm going to try to smack him. Unless he's on cards. Smack him if he lands on the cards. But if he lands straight up on the table, I'm going to smack him. PJ, you were asking who the autographs were in that box, and I see that Bobby has already handled that. Thank you, Bobby. Bobby's keeping it on, keeping it rolling there in chat, helping me out. Dan, you're after a Marino autograph tonight? That's on your wish list? Yeah, the Baker Mayfield was low numbered too, wasn't it, to 50, guys? I think it was. But PJ, I do recap at the end of the break as well. So anything that anybody misses along the way, if you hang out till the very end, I do recap it all. That is numbered to 25. It's Jaleel Scott. It's a very nice, large patch there. 3 colors for the Ravens. I want to say we pulled another Jaleel Scott to 25 recently. In fact, I'm pretty sure we did, which would mean that we have almost 10% of the ones to 25 that we've pulled ourselves. To 225 on the Zeke, a Sam Darnold gold team that went by. Well, Rashaan Evans is trying to stick to somebody. Rashaan is to 225, and there's a Le'Veon Bell behind it. Well, Miles, it's kind of, you know, as I said before, most of the stuff that's the higher numbered stuff, we're not going to talk about the 499s and 699s. So for sure, we're going to kind of blow through those. But the lower numbered stuff, we do tend to look at a little bit more. That is numbered to 10, Peyton Manning and the Broncos. How about that, kids? Nice little Peyton Manning. Don't find him coming out every day. So that makes life a little happier for the Broncos this evening. Here's a Christian McCaffrey to 25. Nice looking 3-color patch there. Uh-oh, Dan says he thinks that Peyton Manning probably takes the Dan Marino out of play. Well, you might be right about that. But you never know. Sometimes you get a hot case and all kinds of excellent stuff comes out of it. That is a James Washington relic for the Steelers. It was not numbered. Gold team is Saquon Barkley that went through there. Terry Bradshaw Immortals. That's a Baker Mayfield gold team. And, of course, another Immortals. Again, most of those Immortals are going to be to $4.99. T.Y. Hilton is to $4.99. And that is box number 2 in the books. Oh, do you have the Broncos tonight? Is that you, Ben? I'm going to call you Ben. How about that? I know. I need to call you Ben Rudd, but it's just so much easier to say Ben. Anyway, you said the Packers got too high, so did you pick up the Broncos? That Peyton Manning is yours tonight? Because if it was, then yeah, that's pretty nice consolation prize. Pretty nice, pretty nice. So you feel a little better now about not hitting Baker Mayfield, right? Your night improved a little bit when you saw Peyton come out there to 10. But really, as a whole, all night, we've had some good luck. We started off hot with our jerseys. All of our jersey hits were excellent. And we have kind of been on a little bit of a roll ever since. So I think, you know, there might be room in here to still find some more fire. So don't give up on your Merino quite yet. Guys, that is a Houston Oiler. And, of course, if you don't know this already, the Houston Oilers go to the Tennessee Titans. And the reason that they do, that's a DJ Moore gold team, is because cards always stay with their franchises. And, of course, the former Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee, and they were first the Tennessee Oilers for a little while, and then they changed again to the Tennessee Titans. So any Oilers cards you ever see in any of my breaks are always going to go to the Titans. That is Sam Darnold to $3.99 with a relic for the Jets. If you haven't ever checked it out, there is a spot down at the bottom of all of my listings that's kind of the special circumstances area. And in that, it talks about all kinds of stuff like that, like relocated, renamed franchises, and how various sorts of unusual things work, you know, are handled in the break. Denver Broncos, you're rolling tonight because you have Steve Atwater coming out next. That is numbered to 30. So the Broncos with a couple of nice hits. Hard to beat Peyton Manning, though. But, you know, the Atwater is a nice, you would like to, it's not really a consolation, right? But it's a nice second choice in there behind the Peyton Manning. I mean, if you're the Broncos, you're really doing okay tonight. When you see a card that is this color, this is the first one we've seen to 99. So when you see it like that with red, that's going to be to 99. Of course, we saw the blue one earlier, that one to 50. Jordan Reed, Certified Gamers to $299 for the Redskins. Oh, your wife loves Peyton Manning? Well, I'm going to tell you what then. I would give her that card because then she won't care if you buy and do a lot of breaks. She got something out of it, right? That'll make her happy. This is numbered to 199. We have a nice Nick Chubb with a 2-color patch and autograph for the Browns. That'll go along with your Baker Mayfield that we pulled for you out of the first box if you have the Browns tonight. Bobby, who do you have in here tonight? Who's your team in certified this evening, Bobby? We'll have to try to get a little bit of something working for you too, right? Of course, in general, I like certified. You all know that I tend to buy more of the stuff I like the best, so that's why we have a lot of certified. I always like certified. So I think you get some nice patches in here that don't always correspond with the numbering. In other words, sometimes a card might be really high numbered, relatively speaking, but the patch that we get out with it looks like it should be on a much lower numbered card, because we find some of the really good relics in certified that sometimes we don't even find those nice of a relic in higher priced products with lower numbers. So that's one of the reasons I like it. It's because you have the potential to pull some really nice relics, especially on the RPAs. Larry Fitzgerald, And, of course, Jimmy G. I'm going to be interested to see how his season goes. John Kelly. John Kelly is out for the Rams. That is numbered to 75. And John hasn't really been coming out a tremendous amount here and there, but not an overwhelming amount. So that's a nice get for the Rams tonight. That's numbered to 99. That was Dorrance Armstrong, I believe. There's Jimmy G. Gold Team. Bobby, you have the Redskins. Okay, so I forgot you really like Darius Geis a lot. So I should have remembered that, and then I would have probably guessed that you had the Redskins in here tonight. That I managed to list as the Washington Nationals. I don't know what happened there. I was probably watching a baseball game or something when I did it, and when I saw it after it came through and the auction had ended, I kind of vaguely remembered when I did it, and I remember thinking to myself, oh, I got to go back and fix that, and then I guess I got busy and never went back and fixed it, so there you go. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos with a relic. But hey, it's not the first time I've mixed up my sports in the title. It probably won't be the last either. I hate to say it. And here we have a relic and signature to 349, Mike White and the Cowboys. Gold Team, Tom Brady. Here comes Dez Bryant for the Cowboys. Certified Gamers to 199 on that relic. You know, I have a cousin named Mike White, but he's not the Mike White that, of course, plays for the Cowboys. Too bad, though, right? Because I would have him sign like everything if that were the case. That's numbered to 50. Once again, anytime you see the blue, you can expect it to be 250. Redskins and the Dolphins for the Eagles fans. Well, sometimes that happens. Sometimes we have to go out of the teams that we like for various reasons. So sometimes we end up bidding on teams other than maybe our rooting interest. Yeah, Bobby said he was going to mess with me and ask if he had the Nationals in Immaculate. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. Well, I can believe that I did it, but I can't believe I didn't remember to go back and fix it. But I have had that happen to me before, and it almost always happens if I'm listing one sport but watching the game for another sport. That's when it gets me, because I get the other sport somehow in my head while I'm watching it. Oh, I did one. This has been probably a week or more ago, and I was listing... I think I was listing baseball. Or maybe I guess I must have been listing football and watching baseball. Anyway, whatever it was, I was just plugging right along, and I somehow flipped one around, similar to what I did there. Like, instead of Washington Redskins, I had listed as Washington Nationals. So I did something similar to that, but it was kind of in the middle of the team list. So, of course, when I saw the last one I listed was whatever, a football team, I just kept going down the list with football teams. I had like 6 teams listed before I realized, oh my gosh, I'm in a baseball break. Why am I listing football teams? Just autopilot, made the one mistake, and then every team after it, I just kept going in the same sport. So, yeah, that was fun. I had to go back and fix like 6 or 7 things on that one. That's numbered to 99. It's Sterling Shepard and the Giants. Brandon, I did already do the basketball jersey. Oh, thank you for picking up and paying for your team, man. I appreciate that. We did already open that one. It led off the night for us tonight, and it was Kyle Kuzma for the Lakers. So a really pretty cool hit there for the Lakers tonight with the Kuzma. Naheem Hines, freshman fabrics for the Colts, numbered to 249. Ian Thomas and the Panthers. And Ian Thomas is numbered to 50. Nice low number hit there. So I saw today where the Browns traded Corey Coleman. And is that the last? Was he the last of their first round picks that were still on the roster? They were Carson Wentz gold team. Like, if you look at their run, oh, that's a low-numbered Immortals. It's to 25. If you look at the Browns and their last, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years, something like that, worth of drafts, do they have anybody left on the roster that was a first-round pick from any of those last 5 or 6 years? Aaron Rodgers' gold team. I think Corey Coleman might have been the last holdout, and then he's been traded. So I don't think they do. Well, I mean, obviously this year's picks, but I'm saying not counting this year's picks. Michael Gallup to 299 for the Cowboys. Bobby, you said Des Bryant turned the Browns offer down. Oh, what was the offer? Must not have been very good, I guess, or maybe he just doesn't want to play for the Browns regardless. But he had previously turned down the Ravens, right? Wasn't it like in the several months ago? I think he got like right when he was first available. I think the Ravens reached out and made an overture, and he said no, unless I'm thinking of a different player. So you said Manziel needs to have his eyes checked. Was that not disastrous? Oh my gosh, that was so bad. So for those of you who don't know, Manziel, of course, in the Canadian Football League, and he was with the somebody or another Tiger Cats. I forget the first part of the name. Anyway, they traded him. He was second in line. He was the backup QB. They traded him to another quarterback needy team. He started for that team. And the first game he played as a starter was against his former CFL team, the Tiger Cats. And guy threw like 4 interceptions or something. I mean, it was hideous. It was awful. It was in no part, there was like no part of that game that was good. And so, for Johnny, anyway. So I think that's what Bobby is making reference to there. Talking about former first-round picks of the Browns. Yeah, I don't know how you managed to throw 4 interceptions and a half in the Canadian Football League. I do not know. It was just a disaster from start to finish for him. I don't really know what happened, but it was bad. Deshaun Hamilton, numbered 249 for the Broncos. Carson Wentz relic for the Philadelphia Eagles to 399. Yeah, I don't really know what happened to him. I mean, it's kind of like he thought he was still playing for his former team. You know, it's like he's just sailing the ball to his former teammates, really. That is also numbered to 25. Jerick McKinnon for the 49ers. So a couple out to 25 so far tonight. Not an extraordinary number yet, anyway. Tanner Lee is stuck to someone. But yeah, let's just say that he didn't make a case for playing his way back into the NFL with that first starting performance up there. This is numbered to 399. It's Kerryon Johnson and the Lions. And then, of course, this is numbered to 99 with Ray McLeod and the Bills. C.J. Mosley for the Ravens. How about that? You don't pull C.J. Mosley a whole lot. That's numbered to 25. Oh, Richard says you're giving up after this on your Lamar Jackson chase. We pulled Lamar Jackson out of... What did we pull him out of recently, guys? Was it out of Gold Standard? Or was it out of here? I don't remember which, but we did pull him out of something not too long ago. I don't think it was Elements. It was either this or Gold Standard, I want to say, but he has not been coming out with a high degree of regularity, that's for sure. That was to 99 on Tyrod Taylor. In a Browns uniform, still a little hard to get used to. Junkyard Sports Cards got a Lamar Jackson Certified Freshman Fabric to 35. Very nice. He's really, it doesn't seem like, at least to this point, that he's signed any kind of quantity of stuff. Because even whatever I pulled him out of, and I don't, again, know if it was here or Gold Standard, it was a low-numbered kind of hit. So I don't think he's coming out in large quantities at this point, anyway. So, for what that's worth. But it's kind of a good thing, because it definitely sets the value at a higher mark when there are not as many of them floating around, harder to pull. But of course, the downside is you have to spend a lot more money to find him, so yeah, kind of offsets there a little, I guess. And I meant to watch that Hall of Fame Bowl the other day, or game, so that I could see him in action, and I forgot to watch it. Dalton Schultz, excuse me, that is 225. Nice low number for the Cowboys. But of course, you guys were nice enough in chat that night to keep me posted on the goings-on during that game. Alex Smith to 25, Redskins. I think it's basically he's got to improve his accuracy, Alvin Kamara, while standing in the pocket, oddly enough. Yeah. I think he's very accurate when he's throwing on the run. And he's scrambling and doing fine in that regard, but I believe they want him to stand in the pocket and throw and be a bit more accurate. So I don't think he's going to unseat Flacco anytime soon, but he's at least the heir apparent for the moment. That's numbered to 399. It is Mason Rudolph for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers in the house. Of course, if Leaf would get Lamar Jackson in their stuff, it'd be helpful. So it's much easier, well, I shouldn't say that, but it is often easier in the Leaf products to pull the big names because their checklist is smaller. So, you know, in that regard, I wish they'd add him in there. This is numbered to 75, freshman fabric for Sony Michel. But I haven't even seen the checklist for Flash. I probably won't see the checklist for Flash until it comes out, or maybe even after. They don't always get them out in a timely fashion. Jeremy Shockey to 99, Giants. And David Johnson to 499. That's a Baker Mayfield gold team that went by. Here's Kiki for the Texans. That's a nice looking patch and a low number to 10. By all accounts, this kid is doing well in camp for the Texans. So maybe a sleeper up there to watch out for. Kiki. Potentially. Oh, hang on, guys. Sorry. Ooh, I'm trying to... Sorry, the mosquito just landed on the iPad, and I tried to smack him and smash him and kill him, but I missed him. So, oh well, there went my chance. Now I've just made him madder, so he's probably going to come bite me like 50 more times before I finish the break. Junkyard Sports Cards, are you still on chat or in chat? Miles wants to buy the Lamar Jackson if you're selling it. I know sometimes people are multitasking and maybe you're listening and not always looking at chat. So if that happens to be the case, Junkyard Sports Cards, Miles is offering up some nice chunk of change there for your Lamar Jackson. All righty. Let's see what we can find in this box. Maybe we'll find one in here. Hey, here's a Vita. Haha, I haven't pulled a Vita Vea signature in a long time. That's numbered to 50 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In fact, I can't even remember the last place we pulled Vita. Nice big defensive back there, who should be quite good. First round pick, of course, for the Bucs. I don't know why sometimes like those packs have just 2 or 3 cards turned the opposite way. It's very strange. And then we get them stuck together. Fun times. Oh, there's the... Ah! Ha ha ha! I think I might have got it. Oh, I don't know if I got him that time. I might have gotten him that time, but I'm not sure. Sorry. A mosquito landed on my hand. So I tried to obviously smack him with my other hand, but I still am not sure if I got him or not. That's to 99. It's Tremaine Edmonds and the Bills. But I can tell you this, I probably should have hit my own hand a little less hard than I did. That was kind of dumb. Probably could have, you know, killed him with a hit with lesser force behind it as opposed to smacking the tar out of myself, and I'm still not sure if it killed him, but maybe. He's getting brave, though. We have a redemption. You saw it there. I'm just leaving it upside down. We'll flip it over at the very end of the break, along with any others we find in the meantime. That is Pat Mahomes to 99 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Loads and loads and loads of kid reporters. Another Mason Rudolph for the Steelers. That one is not numbered. A base Mason Rudolph relic. Jared Goff gold team. All right, our redemption is setting over there. We have 4 boxes left to go. I need to create a little space right here. I'm shuffling that around a tad. So this week, I don't guess we have any, what do we have coming out this week? Clearly Authentic and Donruss football. So yeah, I guess we do have football coming out this week. I like Donruss football, but I wish it did not have so many cards in it. I mean, that's just kind of crazy. And they put so many boxes in the case. Why did they do 18 box cases of something with that much base in it? Should be the opposite. You should be making smaller cases with that much base. They do things so strangely sometimes at Panini. So we are going to be breaking Donruss as third of a case, which is 6 boxes. Which really technically should be half a case based on any normal case quantity and the fact that there's so many cards in it. So when we start Donruss football, just know that each break is going to have between 14 and 1,500 cards in it. So it's massive. And of course, you all know I ship all the cards unless I state otherwise, which I have not on Donruss football. I intend to ship them all, at least for the first couple breaks. We get to the later breaks, we'll see how it shakes out. Baker Mayfield relic to $2.99 for the Browns. So yeah, 1,500 card breaks. They're pretty massive. Oh, hey, Bobby. Here you are, my friend. Rookie roll call, our first rookie roll call of the night. And it is your man, Darius Geis, to 99. So that made you happy. And there's a gold team, Sony Michel for the Patriots. We have been very light on rookie roll call tonight. We have not pulled out very many of them. I guess probably because of the Peyton Manning and the Atwater and whatever. That's to 99, fabric of the game for the Panthers. He said, he says that's not a national. That's a Washington Redskin. You are correct, my friend. That is not a Washington National. I know, guys. I still can't believe I did that. And usually, honestly, when that happens, usually somebody will email me and tell me that I've done it. Although by the time they see it and I get the message, it usually has a bid and you can't revise it anyway. But I'll have kind of like, you can add something to the description that says, hey, you know, I'm an idiot and I listed the title wrong or whatever. But nobody even emailed me this time. I didn't know it at all until I saw it tonight when it ended. And then I kind of chuckled and thought, oh, yeah, I do vaguely remember doing that and meaning to go back and fix it and did not do it. So I guess the good news is, Bobby, maybe you got it for less, right? Maybe you paid less because people were searching for Redskins and they didn't, you know, wouldn't have found that, obviously. Cortland Sutton, number 2, 149 for the Denver Broncos. You're cleaning up tonight for your Broncos. And Cortland Sutton is doing well. He's playing well in camp, so he might be another one that you want to kind of hoard and stash and see how the season shakes out. That's what I would say anyway. I don't know if he's still on here, Bobby. I don't know if Junkyard is still on here or not because he didn't respond to Miles's offer. So I think maybe he has wandered off and is not still in chat or on the break or whatever the case may be. Because I would think if he saw that offer, he would respond because it is a nice offer. Oh, Miles says he was just kidding. He wasn't really going to pay that much for it. So never mind, Junkyard. If you're watching this later going, hey, wait, what did I miss? I understand. Der Blukenkat. I'm sure I butchered that. Let's all just be real. I pronounce everything incorrectly, and especially that. So I'm just going to call you Cat. How about that? So Cat says, Der Blukenkat, who I'm calling Cat, says this is their first time watching the breaks. So welcome. It's nice to have you here. Are you in the break tonight, Kat, or are you just hanging out, watching, checking out how things work? Oh, Junkyard says he's got the Lamar Jackson, if anyone is interested, to 35, the little RPA. He's got it listed for $285 on eBay right now. Clutch Performers, Russell Wilson to $399. And he also says he's not in any hurry to sell it. So there you go, guys. He's kind of got a little draft and stash sort of mentality there for the Lamar Jackson card. Mike Gesicki, finally a Dolphin coming out to $3.99. And usually the Dolphins come out quite a bit in, well, really any 2018 product. The Dolphins have been plentiful, shall we say. Alvin Kamara Gold Team. And I believe that might be our first Dolphin tonight, though, unusually so. That is to 99. Of course, we got a couple boxes left to go, so we may have more Dolphins show up yet. We've got a little bit to go. Ito Smith, freshman fabric for the Falcons. And that is numbered to 499 as well with Ito. Always makes me think of Judge Ito from the infamous trial. You all remember it, I'm sure. I've got to get out a little bit more sleeves here. Kat says you're not in the break tonight, so you're just hanging out and watching. Well, welcome. Glad to have you come by and hang out with us tonight. We usually have fun in our breaks. Chat back and forth a lot. A lot of people break regularly with me and know each other or know each other from other breaks and other chat rooms and things. So it's kind of like a little family. We have fun. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. Look at you go. It's the 1 of 1, James Conner. How about that? It's kind of hidden up there, but right there is where it says 1 of 1. It's just kind of hard to see. But James Conner is going to have a much better workload this year because, well, you know why. Because Le'Veon Bell, blah, 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 never going to show up. Yeah, he will eventually, but by the time he does, James Conner is going to have had a lot more reps, and he's going to be a lot healthier than he was last year. And look out, because he might be the running back of the future for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if you have them tonight, you just pulled the 1 of 1 for him. So we had multiple 1 of 1s in Immaculate Baseball. We had 3 of them. And now a nice 1 of 1 here in Certified. So that's our 4th 1 of 1 for the evening. Not bad out of 2 card breaks. Can't get 1 of 1s out of jerseys. Oh, Kat, you are sorting your Allen and Ginter from the National. Oh, man, I do not envy you that. Sorting Allen and Ginter can take, well, sorting anything with a lot of cards can take a while. But especially if you were at the National, you probably have a massive amount of cards. So sorting is never fun. But necessary evil, right, for what we do. Junkyard Sports Cards, you even got his username spelled right. I can't even, if I closed my eyes right now, I don't think I could spell his username properly. Sony Michel, that is numbered to 299. And there's a gold team, DJ Moore. Harold Landry comes out for the Titans. Harold Landry is numbered to 75. Oh, you got a Mike Trout patch out of your Allen and Ginter. That's nice. And a couple of rip cards. Always a good thing to have rip cards. Here's the question, though. Are you going to rip them? Or are you going to keep them? Oh, Junkyard typed in the same thing I just asked. Exactly. Got to rip at least one of them. Because we know that there are many Ohtani's red ink to 10 inside some of those cards just because somebody pulled one out of a rip. Oh, I would rip at least one of them. Maybe both. Yeah, that's a tough one. Here's Jamon Moore and the Packers. That is numbered to 499. And a big 2-color patch there on your freshman fabric hit. Calvin Ridley Gold Team. DeAndre Hopkins is to 99. And, We're stuck together again, aren't we? To 225 with Isaiah Wynn. So I think we've, for the most part, I think we've had pretty good representation tonight. You know, sometimes in certified, it gets real jammed up, it seems like, and we'll have one team that pulls a bunch of hits. Like the night that we had the Steelers pull, 6 or 8 hits out of one case of certified. And then we had the Dolphins one night with 4 or 5, and the Packers one night with 5 or 6. And this case, I think, for the most part, has been reasonably well spread out amongst teams. Sebastian Jankowski, wow, for the Raiders. Don't see that every day. Kickers to 299. The kickers kind of show up here and there, but not as often as everybody else in, well, any of the products in general. That's numbered to 50 for the Seahawks. We have one box left, so you know what that means. It's last box mojo time. Oh, you ripped them both. What did you get? A short print and a hand-numbered short print. Miles, you pulled a 1/1 Ohtani? Out of what, man? What did you pull a 1/1 Ohtani out of? I'm dying to know. I gotta know. Yeah, that might be the first Raiders hit. You might be right about that. We may have some numbered cards or something for them because there's so many of the numbered cards, it's hard to say. But in terms of memorabilia and signature, yeah, it might be. I think the team, though, tonight with the most hits, just off the top of my head, probably is your Broncos, I think. Of course, we'll find out more when we recap, but just thinking about what I can remember from here, probably your Broncos have maybe the most. All right, let's see if Last Box Mojo can bring us one more nice hit. We've already had a lot of nice hits in this case, but we're going to try for one more. Yeah, I don't think the Steelers have that many in here tonight. Maybe, well, maybe. There might be 3 Steelers or so because of the 1/1 and maybe a couple of relics. So, yeah, there might be 3 Steelers. There's a couple of Browns, I think. I still think your Broncos have the most so far. But we know we do have 2 of Darius Geis now because we had the signature earlier. And then here we have to 399, a relic for Bobby. And his favorite player, Darius Geis. Or at least his favorite player so far, anyway. Sometimes that stuff has a way of changing once we get players on the field. At least I know it does for me. I'll think, oh, so-and-so's going to be great, you know. And then it turns out not to be the case. I'm like, I kind of, you just try to act like that's not who you were talking about before. Of course, with me, it's all recorded, so you're going to know if I blow it and say so-and-so is good and they're terrible, but, no deniability there. That is numbered to 99. It's the Arizona Cardinals and Chase Edmonds. So, yes, sadly, I have missed the mark a few times. Josh Dobbs is one of the places I missed the mark. Ryan Tannehill and the Dolphins, that's numbered to 149. Because I really thought, Josh Dobbs is a smart kid. And I really kind of thought that he would get in there and really study and work really hard. And I think he has studied and worked really hard. But I thought it would result in better on-field performance than it has. So, yeah, I did kind of think Josh Dobbs was going to end up being better than he's apparently going to be. That's to 299, Dante Pettis. And I guess we're making noises about keeping Landry Jones, which honestly I'm so surprised. We've only got one more year, and he's out of Then he's out of contract. He's going to be expensive. We're not going to be able to keep him after that anyway. And he's tapped out. I mean, we know what his potential is. I don't think there's anything we haven't seen yet. So I'm kind of surprised. I thought they would let Landry go, trade him, get something for him, and then keep the two young guys who are cheap and under team control and both have upside potential. But all the buzz that you hear seems to say that they're going to keep Landry and one of the young guys. So you know they're not going to cut Mason Rudolph. So it's probably going to be Josh. We have a redemption left. And, of course, we're going to flip it over, check it out, and then go to the Panini website and get all the details for it. And it is Mark Walton, Freshman Fabric Mirror Red Signature. I think Mark Walton is a Bengal. I wouldn't absolutely swear to that, but I think that he's a Bengal. But you know what? We're going to go find out, and then we'll know for sure. How about that? None of this silly guessing. None of this messing around. We're going to go right to the source. That was good English, wasn't it? We're going to go. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. It's late. I'm tired. Yeah. I got a little whatever there. What am I trying to look up here? Certified is where I've got to go first. Then Freshman Fabric Mirror Red. I'll get us there in a second. There we go. Card number 221, Mark Walton, is indeed a Bengal and numbered to 249. So, you know, as soon as I get him labeled up here, we're going to switch things back and do a recap of what we just pulled in Certified. So when we recap here, guys, I'm not going to go and show the front and back again and all that. We're not going to read off all the numbers again and the long form stuff. We're just going to take another quick little pass through here for anyone who maybe wasn't logged in earlier, or you're watching the uploaded version and just, you know, fast forwarded. I started to say rewound. You can't rewind to the end. You can fast forward to the end. A 1 of 1 James Conner. That makes me happy. I like the 1 of 1s. So yeah, we did take a little extra time with that one. And then after the recap, I will put the spreadsheet information up one more time in case someone did not catch it earlier. It will have your anticipated shipping date on it and information about consolation cards, which of course doesn't apply to Certified. Every team pulled cards in this, but could apply if you happen to be in one of the earlier breaks this evening. Yeah, we have to take an extra little look at this too, because this was so nice. Peyton Manning to 10 is really a very nice hit. So as a whole, I'm happy with what we pulled out of this case tonight, because there's a nice Baker Mayfield as well to 50. So that's, I kind of wish we had gotten a second color in that patch, and that would have been just about perfect for that Baker Mayfield, but they gave us just the one color. C.J. Mosley for the Ravens. Nyheim Hines is another one that comes out a lot for the Colts. He shows up a lot, and all of the Dolphins show up a lot this year. And another nice hit for the Broncos was Steve Atwater to 30. So the Broncos come out with a pair of really nice signatures. And some other stuff too, but those in particular. Okay, so that has Certified wrapped up for tonight. But as promised, I do have a little spreadsheet info to share in case you didn't catch this earlier. So if I can get this out to you faster than Friday, of course I will. But right now I am projecting a Friday shipping date for Certified as well as Immaculate Baseball, which we opened earlier in the evening. And of course, Certified, no worries about consolation cards. If you were in Immaculate Baseball and you got skunked, any consolation cards you're due will ship with the rest of your break, since it's a paid shipping break. If you were in one of the memorabilia breaks tonight that offered free shipping, anticipating those to go out on or before Monday. They go out on a little different schedule than the paid breaks. And if you happen to get skunked in one of the memorabilia breaks, what generally happens is this. I hang on to all those consolation cards. I track them for a rolling 90-day period. Then the next time that you do pull a card or an item, I just gather up all those consolation cards that you're due and ship them all off in with that package. If you do not want to wait until your next package goes out, then all you need to do is send me a message on eBay and say, hey, I want it now, and I'll drop it in a plain white envelope with a stamp, and it will head your way. Here's one more look at the upcoming breaks, the stuff that's already up and running on eBay that we're going to be breaking over the next 5 days. So tomorrow night, we have an autographed full-size football helmet, a 4th case of Elements football, and a half case of Allen and Ginter. On Wednesday, note that we're going to start a little earlier than normal. We will begin at 9:30 instead of 10. We'll open another half case of Leaf autographed jerseys, a full case of Clearly Authentic baseball that comes out on Wednesday, and a third of a case of Donruss football, which comes out on Wednesday. That's 6 boxes, and it will be just under 1,500 cards. So third of a case is still a lot of cards in that break. On Thursday, we will open case number 5 of Elements, and case number 2 of Clearly Authentic, case number 4 of Topps Chrome Baseball, and that will be a full case break of Topps Chrome. On Friday, we'll be back into Certified again with case number 6 of Certified. We'll also open a TriStar Game Day Great single football jersey, and we'll open a case of Leaf Flash football. Flash football comes out on Friday. That is the one that will have our rookies in it, as well as some veteran Hall of Famers like Terry Bradshaw and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what all we find in Flash. Saturday will be another half case of Leaf jerseys, a second case of Leaf Flash football, a second case of Noir basketball, which is the last case I have of Noir. So if you're looking for Noir, you better jump in on Saturday, because I don't have any more, and I doubt I'll get any more. And then we'll also break another break of Donruss football on Saturday night. Then when we get to Sunday, yeah, I'm not sure yet. I had plans to do all those Leaf Greatest Hits. Now, after talking to Bobby, I think I may have kind of decided that maybe he's right. Instead of doing random team breaks, I may need to tier it, which means I have to go break apart the checklist. And so I don't know if I'll have time to do that tomorrow or not. But anyway, I guess that is it for this evening. So once again, thanks to everyone who stopped by tonight. Those of you who are bidding and breaking and chatting and watching without chatting even. Whatever brought you my way this evening, I'm glad that it did. Thanks for spending a couple of hours with me. Now I got to get busy getting all this in Top Loader. So until tomorrow night, take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.